guys, Noah from TemplateFC here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Full Kit Builder mockup templates. And now there's two full kit mockup templates. As you can see, we have the front view, which is what I'm going to be going over today, and the back view. They both work the same, but the front view has more options, especially like mainly with the collars and stuff. You can also get this mockup in the Kit Builder Everything bundle pack, which comes with the 5 Kit Builder mockups. And if you were to buy them all separately, it'd be about $131. But you can get the bundle pack and get $50 off and get it for only $80 if you're curious. But we're going to be going over this mockup. So if we go to this file in our Finder or wherever, and we try to open it, it is a TIFF file, so if you double click, it will open in preview most likely. So you have to right click, open with, and Photoshop, or drag it into Photoshop, and it should open up like a normal Photoshop document would, with all the layers and things here. And of course, you would normally use this to create your own custom designs, but for the tutorial purposes, I'm just going to recreate a real kit. And I'm going to be using our Patterns Pack 2020-2021 Part 1. There's actually 2 of these, but I'm going to be using Part 1. And the newer packs, or both these new ones, the 2020 packs, both come with a folder called Jerseys, which includes the logos with the patterns and the colors and stuff. As you can see here, like you got this AC Milan pattern and everything, which this isn't the actual Patterns pack, it's this here. And this comes with like 70 some patterns, and then you have the Illustrator version of it as well. But this Jerseys folder comes full color with the logos, and I'm going to be using that PSD to recreate the Nigerian kit, which is this guy here. So I'm going to go to this Jerseys PSD and open that up, and we're going to go ahead and create a Nigeria kit. Let's hide all of these and get that. So here it is. Let's go back to our kit and let's get designing. So if you're creating from scratch, the process will be the same. You just obviously have to create the design yourself, or you can use our patterns as a baseline or as part of the design, whatever. But let's open up the design folder here. You'll notice there's 2 design folders, one for the shorts and socks, and then one above it, which is for the shirt. So we're opening up that one, and we're going to go to front design, double click, and open up that smart layer. So these Kit Builder mockups come with some options already here. So the Nike stripes, for example, are already here. If you are unfamiliar, these are the stripes Nike's been using pretty frequently in their designs this season. And also the Puma little design things here on the chest. I don't know what these are called, but it's a common Puma feature this season. They're here as well. And then we have 2 logos and our logo to use as a guide for placing your logos. We're actually not going to be using this because we're dragging the full Nigeria design in here. So let's go over, grab that, drag it over, and you can see their logos are actually centered. They're not left and right, so it's a little bit different, but let's go ahead, increase the size of this, and set this up. So this pattern is not going to be exact, so I'm actually going to do something here. I'm going to place it like that, and then I'm going to come down. I'm going to first right click and rasterize the vector smart object and then duplicate it with Command J. And then the bottom one, I'm just going to drag down further like so. And then what I'm going to do is get the rectangular marquee tool, select everything above right here because we just want this bottom part visible. And we're just going to click delete. And then we can kind of drag it back up so it's lined correctly. And then also I'm going to come and get rid of these couple green squares on the first one. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. So that's the pattern set up. You'll notice the green of the pattern isn't exactly dark enough. So I'm actually going to have to darken this up real quick. So I'm just going to select both of the vector smart objects and press Command E to merge them. And we're going to go to select color range and select the main green here, and we're going to click OK. And then I'm going to press Command U and just darken it a little bit because it's a little too bright. Okay, that's good. Click OK, Command D to deselect. Nice. And now we want to get our colors. So I'm going to come over here, Click that. Let's get this new dark green, and we'll get the light green as well. Okay, and hopefully this is set up so if we save it, it will now update over here. And there we go, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to press Command H over here on the mockup to hide our guide and zoom in and come up to the top here. By the way, I'm using Command plus to zoom in, and let's make sure we get this right. So I think we're pretty good for the front design. We can close this jerseys folder, and the next step is to do the sleeves. So one thing before we go to the sleeves though, I mentioned the Nike stripes in the front design document. The Adidas stripes are here then on its own thing, and you can come here and change the colors of these if you're using the side stripes. If I hide this, then we can see you have a couple shoulder options. If you make those visible, you can add shoulder Adidas sleeves or anything else to the shoulders. So those are a couple options available, and I'm not going to be using them for this kit because obviously it's a Nike one, but just an FYI that's there. And then going to the sleeves, you can see we have 3 sleeve cuts. So I have the standard sleeves right now, and that's what we're going to be using, but you also have the extended sleeves, which go up to the collar. And then you also have the special cut sleeves, which are smaller sleeves that give more design space on the body. And this is similar to what Adidas does for their kits. Mainly, you would have seen this in the last World Cup. They did this to a lot of kits. But yeah, let's go back to the standard sleeves and open up that folder. And what we're going to do here is the right sleeve is going to be the dark green. So let's double click our color, select the dark green. And then our left sleeve is going to be the light green. And we're going to be adding a pattern to it, so it's not done there. All right, and then open up the right and left sleeve smart layers because we're going to go ahead and add a pattern. You'll notice both of these have rectangle options here that you can change the color of, and those act as the sleeve trim. But in this case, we're not going to be using it. We're just going to hide everything here and go ahead back to our front design and get our pattern and drag it on over. So I'm going to use this part of the design as this right sleeve design. So it's the right part of the body, and we're going to be using it as the right sleeve design as well. And I'm actually going to zoom out with Command minus and increase the size of it because this is a pretty big design on the actual kit. Something like that. Let's save it, go back. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're actually going to drag that down a little bit, like so. And there we go. That's very nice. Let's go back to the left sleeve then, and we're going to do a similar thing. Let's just go ahead and grab that same design from the right sleeve and bring it over to the left. But this time we're going to flip it. Let's press Command T, right click, flip vertical. And let's actually go to the other side and get this one here. And this is going to be like here. Let's see what that looks like. Save it, come back. All right, that looks okay. Let's actually double click on that layer and go to color fill and go to the dark green because we'll make everything dark green here. Let's drag this down and let's get some of these other triangles in here. Let's save that. That's looking a little better. We need something more at the top of the sleeve though, and I want to bring that in, but we could also Command J, duplicate it, Command T, right click, flip vertical again, bring it down this time and get this. And I'm going to get the rectangular marquee tool and just delete the bottom part. And we can do the same thing on the other side. So we have these like diamonds, and let's save that. And that looks a lot better. I'm actually going to drag this bottom one up. That is very similar to the actual kit, so we'll run with it. We could bring them both down to be a little more accurate, something like that. But yeah, we'll call it a day there. That's pretty good. Now we can close the sleeve layers and move on to the collar. That'll be the next thing. So if we go up to the collar options, you'll see there is 7 collar options, or we could hide all of them and use the 8th collar option, which is no collar. I'll give you guys a quick little rundown of the different options though. So the first collar option is the same as no collar, but you can actually add a design to it. but it fits that same shape. And then the second one is your typical V-neck, and there's a few options here. So if we open this up and enable this layer mask, you can see it will cut off the bottom of it, and this is a common Adidas collar then. And if you want the full collar back, you just disable this once more. And then if you open that folder, you have a front collar option, which is this little flap here, and you can hide that and just go with the collar. Also, if you open up the designs, you'll see there's an option for an overlap. So if I make that visible, you have an overlap collar. As you can see, very customizable. There's a lot you can do here. Let's go ahead and hide that one. Let's go to the third option. This is a crew neck overlap. You have like the polo collar style. You have the Nike collar from last season, Nike collar from this season. This also includes a flap option and stripe options. And then finally you have a crew neck option. And this is the one we're going to be using. So if we open up this one, we're going to make the collar black. We're going to make the back, which is the inside, white. And then if we go to the designs folder, we're just going to hide all three collar options. So you have right, left, and back, but there's no designs on this one. It's just black. And then we have the inside design here, which we could open up and maybe add our logo to. Oops. So we could just bring that in here, make it smaller, hide what's here, and then probably bump down the opacity maybe to 25%, save it, and then you have like the little logo on the inside. So that's an option for you, but there's a lot you could do with the collars, especially the design layers you can mess around with to get different designs. But like I said, in this case, there is no collar design, so we're going to be leaving it just black. And then another thing here, then the last thing for the top, we have textures. So there's actually the Nike texture and the normal texture, which is just a little cloth pattern. And we're going to go ahead and use the Nike texture because that's actually used on this kit. And if you're not unfamiliar with this, it's like these weird lines on the sleeves and sides. That's another common thing from the Nike kits this season. After that, we're pretty done with the top. We should come in here to the colors folder real quick and just make the base white. I like to just hide the front and back and make the base white, but if you have a different colored front and back, you should change those colors. But the mockup's set up so no matter what you make the colors, it's not a big deal. But if you do have layers that bleed through, you might want to change the colors just to be sure. And now we can move on to the shorts and socks. So we're going to open up the colors here first and go ahead and set up the appropriate colors. So the shorts are going to be the dark green color, and you can see I changed that, but the shorts didn't change color. That's because the shorts smart layer is also black. So I'm going to hide the designs folder for now, just so we can get our colors right. And let's go down. The right sock is going to be light green, as well as the left sock. And then the right sock inside and left sock inside are going to be dark green. And I'm actually going to copy this and paste it there so it's a little easier. Cool. And then, oops, we can open up the left and right boot if we want to change that. So we'll just go ahead and make it what? We'll make it the dark green. And we can leave the black tongue. Maybe we make the laces the light green. And there you go, the shoes match. Not too big of a deal, but it's all looking good. Let's go to our designs, check them, and open up that folder, and let's go ahead and add our designs to them. So let's open up the right short and the left short. And the first thing we're going to do is hide the background layer because that's making it black right now and we don't want that. And let's go to our front design and grab our Nigeria logo and replace the logo that's here. Press Command T to transform and line it up. Beautiful. And we'll delete the old one. Now the Nigerian shorts are pretty basic, but they do have a side stripe. So we're going to hide the bottom stripe, which is called bottom. And we'll keep the side stripe and make it black. And that's basically all there is to their shorts. Also, you'll notice there is an Adidas stripe option to make the Adidas shorts. FYI, but we're just going to be using the solid stripe. Let's save that. That should update, and yeah, that should be pretty good. I'm also not sure if this stripe goes all the way up, but we're gonna let it go all the way up for this. Let's go to the left short, and we actually have the Nike logo already here, so we're in business. But we can hide the bottom one again and make the side black and save it. And I think this being white, the Nike logo being white, should be all right. And yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty good. Our shorts are set up nice and easily. And these stripes on the side are a little thick. We could thin them out. So if we came here, we could go and actually let's hit Command Z. I'm gonna click the chain here to unchain them, and then do a 50% width and press enter twice. Move it over all the way to the side, save that, and there you go. That's a much thinner stripe. And then we could do the same here. Save that, and there we go. That might be a little more accurate, but you can barely see it here on the mock-up, which is fine. Now we can go to the socks. Let's open up the right and the left sock, and we can hide the shorts now. Close those layers. And you'll notice we have the top part here already laid out for us with the rectangle. I'm going to hide the grid and hide the line going down, and we're just going to use the Nike swoosh and this top part. And this top part, we're going to make the dark green. And then let's click the bottom, go to our front design, and get the Vector Smart object, which is our design. Drag that in here. Oops, wrong one. Drag that in here, and we're gonna rotate it and just have this bottom part. We'll align it at the bottom here, and then delete this top area, and then duplicate it. Press Command T, right click, flip vertical, and drag that like so. Okay, so we could actually hide this rectangle, but I want that to be all green. Let's save that and see what that looks like. Not bad. And then this inside part is actually white, so let's come in here. I'm going to make this bottom layer visible, flip that to white, and then flip our Nike swoosh to black and save that. There we go. That's closer to what the actual socks look like. It's not exact, it's a little bit different than this, but I'm pretty happy with this sock design. And since we're just copying this over, we can select everything and press Command J and Command E. So it duplicates it and then merges it. And then if we press Command A to select everything, we can go Command C, Command V, and then drag that duplicated layer like so and save it. And then there we go. Our kit is basically done. We can then hide the background and go to File, Export, Save for Web, save it as a PNG, and save it to our website or post it on Instagram or whatever we're doing with it. But it's done. So that's how you use this mockup, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel to see how to use some of our other stuff. Check out our website. We have a bunch of mockups and patterns packs, as well as some free stuff that you can download and check out. Thank you guys for watching. Follow us on Twitter at TemplateFC, and our Instagram is TemplateFC as well. Follow us there, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.